Selling a home in a buyer's market can feel stressful, especially in Calgary where the market conditions can shift quickly. When inventory is high and demand is softer, buyers tend to have more negotiating power. And sellers need to approach the process strategically. So in today's video, I'll walk you through the key strategies that you can use to position your home effectively, price it right, market it well to attract the most qualified buyers, and get the best possible outcome. So a buyer's market happens when the number of homes for sale exceeds the number of available buyers. With more choices available, buyers take their time, they negotiate harder, and they often expect sellers to make more concessions. Understanding this dynamic is important because it helps us tailor our selling strategy. In this kind of market, your home isn't just competing on price, it's competing on marketing, presentation, and value as well. One of the first things that I talk with my clients about when selling in a buyer's market is managing expectations. Homes will typically take longer to sell, and multiple offer situations are less common unless your home is exceptional. Now, a lot of sellers will hope to test the market with a higher price, but that strategy can backfire in this environment. The longer a home sits on the market, the more buyers start wondering if there's something wrong with it. The goal isn't just to list, it's to sell, and that starts with positioning your home properly from the start. Pricing becomes even more critical in a buyer's market, and in Calgary, buyers have options and they will quickly dismiss overpriced homes. A competitive pricing strategy involves analyzing recent comparable sales, current inventory, and your home's unique features. So instead of aiming for the highest possible number, we aim for a price that attracts strong initial attention and generates strong interest. Now, this doesn't mean undervaluing your home. Instead, it's about finding that sweet spot where your home appears to be one of the best deals in your price range. Oftentimes, a slightly lower asking price can drive more traffic and create urgency among buyers. With this approach, when multiple buyers start competing, it can put you back in control of the negotiation even in a slower market. Another thing to keep in mind in a buyer's market is that you always need to be flexible and be ready to make adjustments. If you're not seeing showings or offers within the first few weeks, this can be a sign that buyers are finding a better deal someplace else. So staying responsive to this kind of market feedback is absolutely key. In a buyer's market, average marketing simply isn't going to be enough. You'll need to stand out, and this starts with high quality visuals. Professional photography, videography, and 3D tours are absolutely essential to capture buyers' interest online, as this is where the majority of people's searches begin. In Calgary, especially for higher end homes, drone footage can also make a property shine. Next is exposure. Your property needs to be everywhere that buyers would be looking. So places like the MLS, Realtor.ca, social media platforms, Google, and YouTube. It's not just about putting your home online, it's about ensuring that it gets in front of the right audience. One thing people tend to overlook is staging, and it plays a huge role in buyer psychology. Even small tweaks like decluttering, touching up the paint, or getting better lighting can make a big impact on your listing. Try to keep the buyer psychology in mind. You're not just selling your property, you're selling a lifestyle, and buyers need to be able to picture themselves living in your home. So negotiating in a buyer's market can require a bit of a different approach. Buyers will often come in with much more aggressive offers because they know they have options, but this doesn't mean that you have to give away your home. The key thing to consider here is what is most important to you about this sale. So that could be the sale price itself, it could be making sure that you have a quick closing, or minimizing conditions for a clean deal, and then negotiate from that position. One effective strategy is to try to create perceived value. If your home is priced competitively and marketed well, buyers may fear losing out on it and come in with stronger offers. Another tactic is to be open to concessions on things that don't necessarily impact your bottom line significantly. So things like being open to covering minor repair costs or being flexible with possession dates. These little adjustments can keep negotiations moving forward without leaving any significant money on the table. Finally, it's important just to stay level-headed throughout the process. In a market like Calgary, where market conditions can shift quickly, buyers and sellers who remain flexible will tend to get the best outcomes. So selling in a buyer's market isn't necessarily a bad move, it just requires the right mindset and strategy to get it done properly. Finally, the most important thing that you can do if you're thinking about selling your home in a buyer's market is to ensure that you're working with somebody who understands how to position your home correctly so that it stands out. So, if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.